Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. These are our faces. This is Oscar, your host, and with me tonight is Alberto. Alberto, what are we watching?
Tonight we are ready for one of an interesting match is France against Poland. First match for both of them in Group B and last match of the first round of the group stage.
Exactly. Last round in the group stage for Group B, France versus Poland. We've seen them fight each other 3 times already in the past. Every time it was a French win, but Poland has been able to fight back several times, and we're close to winning a couple of times as well. Obviously, France being a 3-time gold medalist, 1-time silver medalist in the eSailing Nations Cup. Poland, on the other hand, has reached the bronze medal fight, but losing to Japan last year. We'll see if they can do better this year. And already in the chat, I see that Glapo is supporting Poland. RG Tyler, fight strong Poland. Definitely not a small feat to beat the reigning champions.
2 seconds to the start. And a good start, I believe, for Vari at the moment. That is pushing Pepito and Taiwan to an early attack.
Maybe let's talk about the players in the lineup that we see. Pepito and Taiguen for the French, Vari and IKZ Kamrad for the Polish. Pepito, we've seen him in the OES, we've seen him as national champion for France. Taiguen is one of the youngest in the eSailing Nations Cup.
He's the youngest. Yeah, he's the youngest. He's class 2011, 14 years old. Let's see how he's going to perform tonight.
A lot of pressure for him. Marshmallow, BSP, Let's Go La France, and El Calafioro, Jazda Polska, which I'm going to assume means go Poland.
Yeah, I thought the same. Calafioro is also another really, really strong player that Poland had. So probably we'll see her coming back.
Gonna quickly show the standings in the groups as we're watching the players approaching this first mark. In Group A, we have Sweden and Italy both tied at 4 points, leading Group A. And I believe that Pepito has not been used to the N-shaped course and was rounding the mark the wrong way.
Yeah, it's you see, experience and training is really, really important, especially in this stage. Let's see if now France can come back to that.
Yeah, well, luckily for him, that's the kind of mistake that you only make once.
After that, you remember.
Hopefully. As Taiguen puts an 18 on Vari, a nice smart chat that's going to allow Pepito to come back close to the rest of the fleet. And yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Pepito in a live streamed event. We've seen him in the K Championship, but that was in the earlier knockouts where he was, I think, in the 3rd knockout where he qualified for the grand final. So we'll see him on Saturday for the K Championship grand final and in the next matches for France.
How do you feel the community felt about Pepito not running the mark in the right way?
Well, you just got to look at the Twitch chat right now. It is nice move by Taiguen avoiding AKZ's attack.
Yeah.
If you're not used to the end course, I remember the first time we put the end course out as a test with several sailors without telling them that it was going to be. Actually, it was mentioned in the eSailing instructions, but not in the discords. That the mark was going to be left on starboard. They almost all of them rounded it the wrong way.
That is fine.
And Lorenzo, good luck to both teams. They will need it as we see Pepito here fighting with Vari, putting a penalty on him. AKZ is going to be attacking. Sorry, that was Taiguen attacking Vari and AKZ attacking Pepito. And Taiguen has been pretty busy tonight, putting a mark trap on Vari at the first, just before the downwind, putting a penalty here on Vari again. And we see a lot of dancing between AKZ and Pepito just in front of them.
Oh, penalty, friendly fire.
Friendly fire between the two Polish, AKZ and Vari. AKZ is putting his wind shadow on Taiguan, going almost 3 or 2 knots faster than him. He's going to try to take the inside. Taiguan can round the mark, no problem.
Seems that the choice of the no kite is doing really well to Azek Cameron. He has the inside, he has to give a penalty here. And he did. Yep. Amazing job. And Taiguan has a penalty now.
They're going to have to push one of the French into 4th if they want to win this round, and a 2v2 1 and 4 loses against 2 and 3. Pepito is going to come to help as Taiguan puts the penalty on Vari.
Yeah.
And Pepito is still going to accompany AKZ as far as he
can. Really well done here.
So we see Vari deciding to go and join his teammate AKZ on the right side of the course, both below Pepito. Taiguan is now alone on the left. Yeah. Pepito is trying to stay into this puff that we see slowly disappearing in front of him.
It's a major right-wing shift. Let's see if this one could help the Polish sailor, but no, the left-wing shift is coming back. And will be a 1-2 victory for France.
It does look like it. I want to talk quickly about Poland. Last year in the 2024 eSailing Nations Cup, they've been going neck and neck with Sweden. So losing to Sweden in the round robin stage, but then eliminating Sweden in the knockout stage and joining Japan for the bronze final. Losing very narrowly to Japan in that bronze final. So they've been busy and they've been improving their skill as well. And Ilfrano, thank you for the follow. Same for Mix CNS, thank you for the follow. Hope you guys are doing well.
If you remember, also in the petite final, they lost the match at the last 10 seconds of the last race. So they were tied 4-4, and actually the result, they were winning until the last downwind. They get a penalty, and then they lost against the Japanese team. Some friendly fire here between Por and I believe Zimup. 2-1. Amazing job by Antila Aquila and Zimup that give also a pen to Taiguan.
That is a great start by Poland.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 here.
Yeah.
With a Black Panther in 4th.
Black Panther is going to be the only one, and she's going to be penalized by Antila Aquila. And the Polish take 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Really, really great start by the Polish. A little bit of mistake during the start by the French. So, really, really great start of this Nations Cup. Penalty for Taiguan.
Yeah, taking another penalty.
11.
Antila Aquila. That was maybe just before entering the mark zone. Let me see when that penalty happened. So the French are still close, but it was a great, as you said, start by the Polish. With the F50, you got to be very aware of your surroundings and what's happening, because it goes very fast, and a penalty can be very costly. Steve showing up the flames in the chats. Team France for Mats BZS and Nozet Acosta. Hello guys, hope you're doing well, Nozets.
And now we need to see if Pepito is still the oldest top sailor, or will allow for... Yeah, he's still the best. Easy, nice, dial down. But their teammates are still too far away. Poland has still 1-3 combo.
Yep, so Black Panther is like 110 meters behind. So Pepito is going to have to try to slow down Attila and Kila and Zimus if he can't catch up to Poor.
Bad mistake by Zimus.
Ooh,
Nice choice by Attila Aquila.
That pushes Black Panther into 5th.
Yeah.
So I think catching up Poor is not possible, so they're going to have to concentrate on Attila and Kila and Zimus. We see Pepito here approaching her. Watch out for the friendly fire between Taiguen and Pepito. They're kind of forcing Attila and Kila to stay near the boundaries, avoiding the dial down or the attack from Pepito.
She knows she needs to stay clear, not get any penalty here, because Zimus is in front of Black
And she
Panther.
unfortunately does it, but Zimus is arriving maybe to help her out, not putting any penalties on Pepito, but putting a penalty on Black Panther.
Good enough. They still needed to do not have the last one. So at the moment, good position here for the Polish. A little bit risky though in this position. As you can see, the dial down could be done exactly like this. But at the moment, I would say Zimus maybe is in 3rd. And that's why Taiguen is stopping.
Yeah, they're likely going to be communicating between each other now for both teams. What is Poor 2611 doing? Is he slowing down or no?
Not much.
Currently, as it stands, it's a 2-3-4 for France, 1-5-6.
It's really a risky situation here for the French.
Watch out for the friendly fire between Taiguen and Black
Panther.
Panther. And Taiguen as well, going too far into the boundaries.
Yeah.
That is clearly something that can be avoided, and that's going to allow Attila and Kila to not be able to overtake Black Panther and Taiguen, but it did allow Zimus to take 3rd.
Yeah, so back up for the victory for the Polish team. Let's see if he can cross in front. That is the case. Let's see if he's stacking inside.
And
Definitely
Pepito
bad choice for Zimus here.
And Pepito putting the penalty on Zimus. It's going to allow Black Panther, who touched the mark, 31, and Taiguen to overtake.
Yeah, but at the moment, Attila Aquila, if they both focus on the other one.
Slow down, actually, so he's near the mark, and he's waiting to see what happens.
And they have 1-2, they have 1-2. Oh.
They had 1-2 for a second. Attila Aquila putting the penalty on Black Panther. Pepito and Taiguen are surrounding her, but they managed to defend and push her away, and they're going to take 2-3-4. Poor 2-6-1 is there as well. Is going to try to put a penalty on one of them, but they're going too fast. He cannot catch up. And it's going to be a 1-2-3 for the French, 4-5-6 for the Polish. Let's go.
There was no was Pepito instead of full hydrocell.
Yeah. Yeah, full hydrocell coming in a bit too late. Where is Shidlow Polish champ? So Shidlow is not racing in tonight's races. So is some other players for other teams. The teams are kind of rotating their players in and out of this several matches. So it's not because you don't see him tonight that he's not going to be racing in the future for the Polish team.
Yep.
And let's switch to the water. See the start for race 3, 30 seconds to go in the J70, as we said, 4v4. France versus Poland.
$18 seconds to the start.
With a penalty on Acer, penalty on Matthew, penalty on Kulzevnice, all of them recovering. And so I believe we're seeing some new names here on the Polish side. Marcino and Nephew, I don't think I've seen them in the Polish team before.
Yep. They are new sailors. Marcino is a Finn sailor. Matthew is a New Ilka sailor. I would say good start for the Polish. That I believe is in a slightly advantage. Couple of penalties here and
yeah,
there.
one for each team, so it's still equal for now. You see Kriegville above Antila and Kila over here on the right. It's going to be Mefju above Acer. And Vari just beneath them.
Yep.
So again, this is the end course again, Pepito, so you're going to have to leave the mark on your starboard.
Oh, bad mistake by Matthew over Azir.
Matthew from Azir.
Kriegville and Kursav Nice having 1 and 2 is always a good start on that side. Left with shift is coming though, so for them being on the left hand side, on the right hand side, could be a tricky situation.
And we see an attack from Vari on Pepito and Acer retaliating immediately, putting the penalty on Vari. Pepito managing to avoid it. But Matthew is on starboard. He's going to try to do the same. And Pepito managed to avoid it. And it's going to be a friendly fire between Vari and Matthew.
Yep. At the moment, the situation for the Polish is a little bit grim.
Well, looks like the French have 1, 2, 3 at least. And Acer is going to take a penalty from Marcino. Pepito is going to try to control Antila and Kila. Allow Acer to sneak in. Vari taking a 31. Acer and Pepito are going to try to push Antila out of the way, slowing down, forcing Matthew and Marcino to slow down as well. Marcino deciding to reel in his kite. While in front, Kriegville and Xev Nice are just racing fast. And we're going to see here Acer trying to slow down the rest of the fleet, putting a penalty on Matthew and on Vari.
Yep.
That could have been friendly fire actually for the Polish. Oh, because Matthew was also on penalty. And Acer ricocheting between Vari and Matthew. Over there we see Antila and Kila staying away from that fight. And can Marcino maybe catch one of the French in his wind shadow? And behind Acer, however, takes the penalty from Vari. Matthew is going to come in as well. But it doesn't matter that much, because if the French can manage to keep their 1, 2, 3, then it's going to be another win for them, regardless of Acer's finish, as he puts another penalty on Vari. Pepito is getting... Well, Marcino is getting close to Pepito in regards to the wind shadow. But still not close enough to slow him down. Gonna be tricky to try to catch up on that last upwind.
Yep.
Bye, Biozak. Hi, boys. How to you? How are you doing? And so Antilankila took a risk going on herself on the left, maybe hoping for a shift at some point to catch up. So we've seen Marcino on the right, so Antilankila on the left. They split to try to cover more ground and maybe hope for a nice shift. Fortunately, did not pay off well enough for them. Marcino is still too far behind to put any of the French in their wind shadow, and Antilankila is keeping her fifth. Behind, however, is still a fight between Mathieu Vari and Acer.
Yep.
And Marcino is going to decide to attack immediately, so he's going to be covered by Pepito. Going, well, 0.1 knots slower, so not that big of a difference. And Acer is going to slow down again, trying to slow the rest of the Polish. Just as extra security, though it's not necessarily useful at this point with the advantage that the three French have at the top of the fleet. Ibesak saying French masterclass. Well, it was hard for the Polish to catch up after that first upwind mark. The French laying this mark trap, slowing them down, and then allowing two of their boats to just sail. And there we have Marshmallow Acer, il est maléfique MDR, which translates to Acer is, I guess the closest is Maleficent.
Yep.
And well, you know, you're not a eSailing World Champion for nothing. You seem to be actually disagree. So it's going to be one for Pepito crossing the finish line now, followed soon by Kulzevna is 5 seconds behind. Figville is going to be the third one to cross the finish line. Then it's going to be 4 and 5 for the Polish. Acer, Mathieu, and Vari are going to keep that order normally.
12.
And then Antinisa saying bravo.
12, 24.
You know, 12, 24. So what could have maybe the Polish have done to retaliate if they could, according to you?
It's a difficult situation here. The French really start really strong after the first. This dominance of the France, except for the last race. Let's see.
Even in the points, like a 3-7 or a 6-15, even though it shows this at the end of the race, it's not really what happened during the race. But the start procedure has been given, and we're gonna head over to the water.
And this is interesting also because it's a mixed event, so where we have at least one male, at least one female. Let's see how it's going.
One minute to go. Fabiozak too slow, Tristan. I believe that was intentional of him staying at the back. So with the star, it's going to be a much slower boat, but with a very big wind shadow. So even if you're losing on the upwind, you can easily catch up on the downwind. Well, easily. You can easily trap the opponents in your wind shadow, and then you're gonna have to fight to overtake. But
absolutely, and this one will be helpful for the last leg. But for the previous part, it's really interesting if you can have 1 and 2 and try to run away from it. As you can see, French is kind of too early, and the Polish is a little bit more in control. with Until Aquila not in the worst position. Black Panther is. Vari and Port to 611 still in a good position.
We're gonna see
And the
Black
moment that
Panther and
Jinsu look,
Krigville, yeah, he's trapped in there. Can't do anything. But Krigville is gonna attack over until Ankila put her in his wind shadow for a moment, forcing her to attack away. And these three boats, Vari, Gansuluk, and Por 261, are likely going to stay in that position for a bit longer, seeing that they are on the favorable shift. And Vari is going to be the one who decides when the boats are going to break away.
Yeah. Let's see if the left wing shifter that is coming down is actually approaching them. Oh, Vari now left.
Well, Vari broke away. He's likely going to attack again exactly in front of Krigville. And the Port 2611 is going to try to force Gansuluk to attack. So they're on a straight line towards the ley line, towards the mark. Vari
next
still
that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Because the lefty shift is came and now another right wing shift is coming back. Look at the ley line, how they're moving at the moment. Definitely a good moment here for Jinsuluk and Krigville. Let's see if he can break the overlap.
It's actually kind of good for us as well, because that allowed the fleet to
bad mistake here for Vari. Really bad mistake.
And yeah, Vari taking a penalty from Krigville, allowing Gansuluk to stay on him and take that second spot. But Port 2611 is not far behind, and Vari is immediately going to recover from that penalty. Black Panther still in fourth, and Ankila in sixth behind. But the boats are still very close to each other, so there's definitely going to be more fights in the downwind over here. Krigville deciding to stay on the left. Gansuluk is going to go straight.
Yep.
And the Star has this very narrow angle to the wind and the downwind, so you can almost go in a straight line towards the mark.
It's a nice dance here. And Until Aquila hit the first penalty.
Yeah, putting the
but
penalty
she's
on
still
Black
covering
Panther.
Vari.
Yeah, but Vari's getting close to Gansuluk. And Port 2611 is still on Krigville.
As you can see, Black Panther is not focusing on Antila, but is focusing on Vari, because the 1-2 combo
and we're gonna
is still the favorite one.
And Black Panther getting very close. Port 2611 taking a penalty as he was running the mark with Krigville.
One, 2, 6 for France. And now is trouble for Vari. He's going to get a penalty.
Yeah, watch out for the friendly fire though, because that was close between Gansuluk and Krigville. Vari taking another 18, so it's going to be this other half upwind and then a long downwind. So as long as the fleets stay close to each other, it's not over yet.
Yep.
They are still
and
very
I can
close
say that here they're close.
Yeah.
They're really, really close. Penalty for Vari, that is going to put a little bit more stress on the Polish team.
Black Panther is alone on the ley line over here on the left.
Oh, Crickville is making a nice block here. Let's see how
Yeah, watch out
effectively.
with putting a penalty on Vari, but it was that port 261 managed to go around. Attila and Kila took very wide. Crickville is going to try to steer up towards port 2611. Now Vari is the one pushing Crickville.
Yeah, he understood that he's you need to block him.
Yeah.
Until Aquila needed to open up, need to go on the other one.
Yeah, because we see port 2611 here on Black Panther. He's going to be slowing her down by a lot.
Or attacking directly Crickville.
Yeah. And Attila Kila is attacking Crickville, but takes the 10.
Yeah, but there is Varian behind.
And Vari is still behind.
I believe the next match is port 26 against Black Panther.
Yep. Answer Luke is also slowed down by a lot.
Yeah, it's all the matter if you can give a penalty here or not. And you need to give it in the next 50 meters. There is a lot of pressure for the Portuguese sailors that hit the stern, and is a victory for France.
Yep, French taking 1 and 2. Well, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay, Black Panther and Gansulik taking 1 and 2 for France. Port 261 taking 3rd. Vari is going to take 4th. Attila and Kila and Crickville are still fighting for 5 and 6.
Yeah.
And yep, let's switch over to the race course. Or race number 5, 5v5 Ilka.
"20 seconds to the start." I do not see the French in a really great position, to be honest. Penalty for James Luke to be too aggressive.
Aggie Baggy, go of Rozolimitek. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name. But always a support for Limitek from Poland, and Moto747 saying that it is nice to watch.
The Polish started really well, but a couple of really bad maneuvers are hitting them really hard. Andrei blocked himself upwind after a really bad tuck. And the moment having Matthew as the only one who can defend is kind of tricky.
I see some new names as well on the Polish team with Rozolimitek. I think it's the first time we see racing for Poland.
Yeah, they're all young and new sailors joining the Nations Cup. Not sure about Fromborg, but Andrei is the only one that I remember from before. Marcino, Limitek, and Matthew are definitely new recruits that Polish have for his amazing team. On the other hand, Kulzagnice, Jinsuluk, Alkalea.
Yeah, these are all names that we've
Definitely
seen
not the
before.
freshest name.
Yeah. But I mean, that's good for Poland because, you know, they get these newcomers in the sense that it's the first time that we see them racing for Poland, racing against one of the best teams in the eSailing Nations Cup. So it's definitely some good practice for the rest of the competition, and even if they don't win it tonight, it's, you know, they're going to increase their skill level and be able to bring the fight in the future editions and in the future games. Because right now it's a 4-0 for France. We haven't really said anything about this, but it is therefore a victory for France for tonight, knowing that there's only 7 races. And now it's just a matter of, is it going to be a decisive win or a narrow win? So a 4-3, 5-2 is going to be a narrow win. It's going to give them 3 points. And if they do a 6-1 or 7-0, then it's going to be a decisive win and give them 4 points to tie with to tie for the top of the group with Japan. As we see, Verzoli Mitek taking a penalty from full hydrocell. Gersuluk coming in fast behind is going to try to push him away as well. Alcalea in front, well, above Mifiu. And Mifiu is going to be pushed by full hydrocell, but himself is going to be pushing Alcalea. Gersuluk here trying to do and trying to put a mark trap on the Polish boats. Did not put any penalties, but did force them to go a bit wider. But the fleet is still very close to each other, so I think only Xevnice is in the clear for that first place. But the rest is still up for some fight. But
Yep.
Sasha Birel, full hydrocell, taking that downwind mark first, followed closely by Marcino. Alcalea still in the mix with the other Polish. Andres on his left, Rozimitek on his leeward, from Bork as well. Mifiu, and we see this water getting very dark suddenly. That's the shift coming in. Thankfully for them, it was on the upwind and not on the downwind.
Yeah.
And
At the moment, the combo is still really good for the French, but it's not like they have an easy win. 1, 3, 5 is 9, 9, 18, 18 and 8, 26 and 20 and 30, I believe. So
yeah, so we know with the 5v5 you get a 1, 2, 5, 9, 10 is the worst combo you can get.
Yeah.
To win. And with a 1, 2, 5, 9, 10, that's a 1 point difference with your opponents. Let's see, full hydro.
It's 27 and 28.
Yeah.
The difference.
Marcino taking a penalty from full hydrocell. Andres still close behind. Sasha Birel rounding the mark first. No issues for him. No mark trap from full hydrocell. He did try to slow down a bit, but decided not to. Kurgzan knives almost touched Andres, Alcalea, Gersuluk close to Fromborg, and then Zolimitek and Mifiu. Currently in 9 and 10. Let's watch.
The real problem
here,
is now
Fromborg
as alone. And Fromborg and Andrei needed to fight against 3 of them behind 4 of them. So 3 of them is really, really tricky. Kurzar, nice. Alcalea and Gersuluk. Let's see how they will perform.
Yep, so currently the French have 1, 2, 5, and then 6, 8. So if the Polish want to win, they need to push out Alcalea in 6. And
I don't understand why Marcino is not attacking.
Not sure either, but you know, these are again new players in the Nations Cup, so it's gonna be down to knowing how to race in a team race. You don't race at all the same way in a team race versus the fleet race.
Yeah.
And he's starting to get close, but gets the penalty himself. And the French are gonna take 1, 3, 5, 6. And Gansterluk actually took a penalty from the Polish behind. And then the last race is going to be in the F50 2v2 again, but we'll talk more about that when we get to it. As we're going to switch to the water to watch the start. So Zimus is Zimus vice captain for Poland? I believe so, right?
Yep, I believe so. The same. Ezeki Kamrad is a Finn sailor, brother with Marcino we saw before. But he's 23 seconds to the start. They're setting up their position right now. One is in trouble, Zimusp is in trouble, but now he actually managed to sneak away. In AKZ 90 Kamrad is going to be a risky position also, but
yeah, he did not want to do
the
the false start and went head to it, almost coming to a full start. So slower start for AKZ. Kriegville and Acer are surrounding Zimusp, going on the left on a starboard tack. AKZ staying on port. Kriegville deciding to tack on port. Is going to try to reach AKZ. Meanwhile, Zimusp and Acer are going to stay close. Wierzolimit. Oh, from the Polish team that we've seen racing just before. Thank you for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Ludo supports the French team Goliga. And that was a risky attack by Kriegville. AKZ is going to try to force Kriegville to slow down. Now have a bit of distance between the two boats. On the left, Acer and Zimusp aren't fighting either.
Yep.
And well, currently the French don't really need to, because according to the ranking, they have 1 and 2. With Swedish eSailing, is that Harding?
Yep.
Paying prize next level, very impressive. Obviously, the other teams are going to be watching this this match closely, because both teams, France and Poland, have some hard hitters.
On one side, AKZ and Kriegville, AKZ is doing a majestic job because going down Kriegville as much as he can. So Zimusp is actually managing to cross in front of them. Then there is still the matter of Azir, but you know, they're not 1-2 anymore.
Well, they are getting closer to the mark. And this is where we're likely going to start seeing some penalties.
Oh, come on.
Kriegville putting a 10 on Zimusp. Deciding to take it and not dodge it, sorry.
Yep.
And Acer and Kriegville now take 1 and 2.
Yep.
But so the J70, so it still has a pretty efficient wind shadow.
Especially with this no wind situation.
Yep. So they gotta stay close, kites are up.
And actually the puff coming from behind could be helpful for the Polish, because they actually catch it earlier than them.
And AKZ is slowing down a bit, trying to round that mark. So Zimusp is focusing on Kriegville. I think that's what they should be doing. He's the closest player to them.
Yep.
And a winning combo in a 2v2 is 2 and 3. So if they can push one of the French in fourth.
Yeah, the last one is always losing in this situation, so...
So with that downwind, they managed to get a bit closer to the French. They have to stay close during that small upwind that they're gonna start, so that they can use the last long downwind to overtake.
Yeah. Before was Creek in the last position. Now is Azir.
And
It's a
Azir
different
is gonna
thing.
try to
So, yeah.
exactly putting a more trap on AKZ. The penalty allowing Krigvil to create a bit more distance. But they're not very interested in putting that much distance. He's going to attack immediately above the Polish player. And well, so far, not a lot of changes. The French are still attacking over the Polish. Sarah above Zimus, Krigvil above AKZ 90 Kamrad.
Yeah, we are waiting a little bit until they reach the mark to see how far they are. I do not see major paths. There are only 17 knots at the moment. What is happening to AKZ, comrade? Oh, he didn't have the best VMG on, so he's slowed down.
And well, if we look at the horizon on the water, we see some darker patches far away. Swedish eSailing, thank you for the follow. But it's still quite far. I don't know if they'll get that puff.
Only 16 knots at the moment.
And so AKZ trying to catch up with a Sarah. He is going faster.
Yeah, he needs to try to cover him as much as he can.
And Zimus, on the other hand, is out of his
He's
wind
waiting
shadow.
for...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta focus on one.
And he's still covering him, so good news for the Polish.
Yeah, look
no,
at that.
Why you're going this way, AKZ? Yeah, now Zimus should be coming back to cover him more.
And the French are still actually very close to each other. They shouldn't be watch out for any friendly fire.
Nice sandwich here for Azir. He is the best sailors in the world, so for sure he's going to come up from this sandwich before the finishing line. But tricky situation now for the two-time world champion.
As we see him getting closer.
Where is going AKZ?
On the right, AKZ.
Oh my.
And Esser trying to push Krigvil away as long as the French don't have fourth. They are winning. Valentine is saying excellence. Moto 747, sorry. Un vrai balai bleu sur l'eau. Is that an expression? Literally translates to a real broom. Blue broom on the water. I'm guessing that's some sort of expression in France that I don't know the translation of in English.
Did you know the existence in French before?
I did not know that expression in French either.
We are 30 seconds to the start, you know.
Switching to that race course. Always impressive to watch Tristan sail. Well done. The GOAT, Spimpy, Ita saying, I agree, Polish player sailed a very nice last down win and French almost lost it. However, Udo is Siemens ballet. Oh, yes, the dance, like the ballet, not the boom.
Okay.
I understand
Definitely not a good start for the Polish.
Yeah, AKZ trying to recover from a penalty, and it's going to be a Saren Taiwan taking the lead. Zimusp is 190 meters, is 90 meters behind. So hard to catch up, not impossible, but definitely not in the best of positions at the start of this
Yeah, but
race.
the players with Azir and Taiwan really skilled in team racing. You needed to wait for their mistake, not for anything else. And let's see if they make a mistake big enough to lose the position of control they have.
Yeah, and Moto 7 first.
Definitely we see a strange stack here.
Confirming that he meant ballet as in the dance and not ballet as in the broom. I guess I should have understood that as well, to be fair.
A nice real French here speaking with us. Today we have Oscar. Not a native language French speaker. Just joking. We are going back to the race. I believe Zymus bring Taiwan to make so many tack that AKZ, I'm not saying that he's closer, but he's not much further away. And at the moment he's in the path, and he will have the right of way if he don't go out. Wow.
Yeah,
really well done by Zymus.
I thought he was going to take that boundary penalty. Luckily, he didn't. He did get very close to Taiwan, as you were mentioning. So if he can repeat something like that in the next legs, he might be able to get in contact with Taiwan.
Yeah.
And hopefully AKZ managed to get closer, but Taiwan managed to take that puff and is going a lot faster than Zimus.
Yeah, really unlucky here for the Polish sailor, that is. Ooh, but now Taiwan is going really slow, like 10 knots slower than the Polish. So nice comeback now for the Polish.
And we're back to square one.
Taiwan. Yeah, and Taiwan is still going in a no-win zone where Zimus is trying to follow in the path. It's 5 knots of difference between the two sailors. Probably problem for Taiwan, I would say. And Zimus, I think, will get to the second position now.
Well, he's staying in the wind pressure zone, 20 knots and going up, 21 knots, 22 knots now for him. Taiwan is at
but he's going 27.
Yeah, look at this. 10 knots difference between the two of them.
Yeah. Zimus is almost close as Azir.
Yeah, so he won't be able to overtake Azir on this tack. But he is coming down on Taiwan. He's going to try to put a 10. Putting a 10 on Taiwan.
Nice.
And that's now AKZ is going to have to decides to come back. Backing over Zimusp, sorry. But that put AKZ in a place where he can maybe help out.
I can feel now what is passing inside Azir mind. Like, I needed to fix the issues of my teammate.
Well, you know, it's a team race, so you gotta help out your teammate. Watch out for any friendly fire between the two Polish.
Yeah, let's see if now AKZ with attack And running of the mark, maybe can catch up with Taiwan.
Gonna be hard. Gonna be based on luck now, I think.
Now it's almost impossible for comeback from the French team. Let's say 1 and 2. Unless they hit the mark, they have an easy win. Bam, they hit the mark.
Alberto jinx it. He did not.
No, I tried. I tried my best.
Angie Bangy, what a pity view. Moto 7 for 7, Odomage Taiguan. Well, it was for a moment a bit of a risky situation for the French, but they managed to recover from it. In Group A, we have Sweden and Italy taking the lead in their group, 4 points to each. Sweden is above Italy because they have won 7-0 against Hungary.
Yep.
And Italy have won 6-1 against Germany.
Yep.
And in Group B, so we currently see Japan with 4 points, Switzerland with 1 point. So Japan having one decisive win against Switzerland, 6-1 yesterday evening. And well, the results will be updated soon for France and Poland. So it's going to be 4 points for France, tying with Japan, but actually taking the tiebreak in their favor because they haven't lost a single round thus far. So they're at 7-0. They're going to be placed above Japan, and Poland's going to be placed in fourth in that group, with Switzerland just above them.
I think this one is the time for us to tell when we are coming back and to wrap up.
Yep. So next games are going to be 3 of them during the same evening. So make sure that you are around on the 10th of December. That is in 2 days, this Wednesday. This Wednesday, 3 matches happening at the same time at 8 p.m. UTC on the Twitch channel. So we're going to try to cover all of them. We're going to be focusing mainly on one, but we'll be giving regular updates on the other 2 as well. First up is going to be France versus Japan, 10th of December at 20 UTC is going to be the one that we're going to be focused on mainly. Sweden versus Hungary at the same time, and then Italy versus Germany at the same time as well. So it's going to be 2 matches, well, 1 match for Group B, 2 matches for Group A. And it's going to be some very exciting matches.
Absolutely. That will be our toughest night, and then we will have another couple of days off, and then another 2 races on Sunday around at 1 p.m. UTC and 5 p.m. UTC.
Exactly. So if you haven't already, make sure that you follow this this Twitch channel so you can follow these events live. It's going to be some very interesting races, some very hectic moments, some very fun moments to watch, and impressive maneuvers. You can definitely learn a lot if you want to from these sailing events. And it's going to be time for us to call it a night. Congratulations to France for taking this victory. Congratulations to Poland for putting up the fight. Again, seeing the scores on the right, even though it's a 7-0 and sometimes like a 3-7, doesn't necessarily reflect what happened on the water. Poland were close in taking the lead and taking the win in several occasions. And as we said, they have like more than half of their team is new to the Nations Cup. So there's a lot of learning as well to do. So they can only get better from here.
Yeah.
And well, this has been Oscar, your host, with me, Alberto. Quick shout out to Omer as well in the background, doing the arena stuff and taking the screenshots, helping us out. And we wish you all a beautiful night, and we'll see you on Wednesday at 8 p.m. UTC for these 3 games that we mentioned just earlier. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.